And now I have a perfect.
Jesus Christ of
Well, it gives you a waveform that's like a giant spike when you make a sharp sound like that, and then you just line up the spikes in all of the different versions, and it goes. Yip.
I could not be more. That was interesting. That was fun.
I was trying to figure. I was looking at how different people do it.
Why did you do that so loud? We're in
because it's gonna show up on my waveform.
But like that loud though?
Yeah, the like when they do movies, they snap that thing shut. They're doing the same thing. You need a sharp sound that makes it up instead of a broad peak that's shaped like that. You want something that looks like a line.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So that's why we're in a lounge and people are looking at us.
Yeah. Well, they should like looking at me. I'm great looking.
That's what I was thinking. We're.
Huh?
I'm saying it's good to see you here at the USBC Lounge at South Point.
Are you supposed to say
what?
Show at South Point.
That's going to already be in the title.
Oh, is it?
It just sounds stupid.
You said it every time.
But I know, and I've heard it back, and it sounds stupid.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Like me saying it.
We'll do like intro with music.
No, I'm just saying where it says welcome to the. It sounds welcome. No, it's just
welcome to the show.
Let's not talk about what we're going to talk about.
What are we going to talk about?
I was going to say that we continue to miss we continue to miss Taylor, and then also a third host, a third chair, if you will.
Yeah,
and we're considering different options, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking about there's gotta be somebody that's just would show up just because you ask them to.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Kind of like yeah, exactly. That's tough to find.
You're like, hey, you want to do one tomorrow? And then it's like, maybe? Sure. Yeah.
Here's some candidates. We're thinking about it. Let's just, right?
We should get Jennifer. Jen's a good option. Yeah.
With childcare.
Let's see here.
Mm-hmm. Also, Bob, I thought about Bob the Genius Gardener.
Say it again?
Bob the Gardener. Bob the Genius Gardener.
He's
going to be a guest soon.
Yeah, he's definitely. He could be here every time. It's real easy.
He's not very pretty though, is he?
Huh? I don't know. He's probably better looking than I am.
That's yeah. Speaking of that, I'm looking gray. I think I'm looking grayer.
Grayer?
As my hair goes longer, I'm looking grayer. Would you say
dye
that?
it and make it super
I would
gray.
not dye. No.
Why not?
I'd not dye. You know what? Back to the business. There's no business because no one's watching.
All the 30-year-olds.
By the way, I like to have some good news on the show. Some talk show, not podcast. Is we got a 10th subscriber today.
Got what happened?
10th subscriber.
Oh, really? How do we do that?
I'm just saying, isn't that amazing? That's I think we think that we have something.
It is cool. No, it's fun. The original point is a lot of the things that go on out there are just not that interesting, and there's certain things that are just very distracting or annoying. I sincerely hate when people get on camera and they say, "Hey guys."
Right?
Hey guys, I'm just here to, and anybody that starts like that, immediately don't finish any of it. Just turn it off.
I see that.
Speak like an adult, damn it.
Yeah.
That and the general gist of a lot of conversations is not interesting, and so I think the original idea was just to take something that we're already doing, which is talking to each other about stuff, and then other people listen to us and they go, "You should record that. That's really interesting." I've heard that a lot of times.
Yeah. Well, at your son's birthday, to bolster what you're saying, at your son's birthday party this weekend, you had a crowd with all the information that was spewing out of your mouth. Yeah, we had very loud.
Oh, to be fair though, I drank an entire bottle of Bacardi while I was there.
That helps. That helps. So
I went through all 750 milliliters.
Yeah.
And then I went to a friend's house and drank another 500 milliliters of some other rum.
Yeah, well, thank you for inviting me and pointing me as the balloon guy. So, but balloon guy. No, I'm just saying, are those any of those guys somebody that you'd hang out with? I picked those guys out specifically because they're guys I would hang out with. They all That's interesting. Are any of those guys? Yeah, of course I would. Yeah.
There's like, some of them have different, you know, they have very different moods and very different life stuff going on, but
yeah,
they are still all really.
Well, again, it depends. Like, hey, you want to hang out? Sure, yes. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to text you about a lot of things.
Yeah.
Or even call you about a lot
conversation.
Of things. Yeah.
Oh man, have you tried? I think that's one of the most mental illness-inducing things that humans have been doing to themselves is, you know, talking on the phone, right? Something like 90% of communication is nonverbal, right? And so then you immediately go to the phone, and then you can still get tone of voice and a couple other little things.
Do you know the percentages? 60% is communication. Communication is made up of 100%. You know, 100% of course, but then like there's 3 parts, and that's text, tone, and body language, and they're pied out 60, 30%, and then also 10%. Can you guess each category?
Yeah, it's got to be body language is 60, tone is 30, and then
that's correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so then
so like, but here's the thing: is you said exactly what I said because not you said 90%.
Yeah.
So that's exactly.
I was talking specifically if you think about
but
text,
60%
because you do text and then you start having the things. And I watched you know, not very often, but like Jen's friends more often than anything will do their entire relationship getting thing of meeting girls and meeting guys or whatever. They will do that via text, right? And then they go to hang out for the first time, and it's the most awkward thing you've ever seen.
Yeah,
right.
Of course.
You're like, because it feels like you know the person, but you don't at all because you've spent 0 time listening to their voice and 0 time looking at them. Like,
but also like the way someone looks in a picture is way different from how they look in real life, correct? So that's even more. You know what I mean? That gives like a 4th dimension. You know?
Yeah, it's a false representation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how fast you combat, like, you know, the speed at which you talk about things. You know what I mean? So
I find myself being misunderstood when speaking to people that are directly in front of me fairly often, and so like as soon as I get on text, everything's off. Like I can't do it. I can't even get one sentence out that makes sense. You know?
Yeah, like we don't text a lot. Yeah.
I tried for a while. I tried dating a girl that way, and it was the most frustrating thing like of all time.
Yeah. Because again, you're only conveying 10%, and that's where like they add the emojis to represent what's your body language.
You're all eggplant, water.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Why did we come to this point? Do you remember why? What were we talking about? I forgot. We digressed so far.
Oh no.
I guess maybe interesting things or people that you talk about or around. Like,
or you just pick something that comes to the top of your head and decide to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Exactly. So.
I just finished Master and the Emissary.
That's a book?
Ian McGilchrist's book. Yeah, it's it was 40 hours on audiobook.
Okay.
And it is like probably one of my favorite books now.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and why was it one of your favorite books? First of all, what is this book about? I have no idea what you're talking. I have no idea.
The current best brain science approach to what the right and left hemisphere of the brain do, and then how obvious it is when you start to look over history that we kept turning to the left over and over and over again, and then we've ended up in a very systematized society where most people that are here are not happy to be here.
Right,
and so
that's where we are. That's where we live in the world, right?
Mm-hmm. And it's like, hey, we can only probably solve that problem by learning to use the right hemisphere more predominantly now. Use it the way it's supposed to be used as the master, instructing the other half of the brain. What will actually make you
are big into discipline, aren't you?
It is.
We've recently started cold plunging.
What's that? Oh yeah.
Well, no, you've been.
How's that going though?
How long are you? How long have you been cold plunging?
Probably like a year and a half.
Every day or what? Only just during the cold months?
Let's see. I full on did bathtub with ice cubes, and I was filling up 20 ice trays.
That's too much.
And I did all of that, and then it's like I finally read the book on the topic, and then it's like you get 95% of the benefits by doing it for 2 minutes at least 65 degrees Fahrenheit, right?
Yeah.
And 65 isn't even that cold. It's just like minorly chilly.
Yeah.
And so it's like turn the shower to cool, Stand there for like 5 minutes, you're good enough. And that's what I do most days because it does what you want to happen. It gives your cardiovascular system
So I'm saying that's expensive thing to keep up every day, you know? So I'm saying it's easy here in Las Vegas during the winter months, and there's pools of water that are around 40 degrees. They can get as cold as that.
I know people too that they make like little hot tubs for this now, where it's a cold tub, and it's just like, it's the size of these chairs we sit in. That's it. You can only fit one person in it. And
I just did mine this morning actually. So I
haven't done it since the last week when you did it, and I was like, oh, I haven't done it for a week. I got to do it. I do it with the kids every morning though.
And you know, I feel like some days it's worse and some days it's better. It's weird like that.
To do that, you know, I really want to get to the point.
You have to get into a state of mind to get in cold water and accept. Like, don't try and control the situation. Like, accept the cold. Yeah. You know what I mean? Don't him and haw, just go right in.
Oh,
Anyways, as you were saying,
there is a fascinating technique behind this too. It's a Navy SEAL technique. And you do guided meditations while you're in the cold.
Yes.
And you can deeply rewire your stress mechanism. So when something stressful happens, instead of going, oh no,
it's almost
your brain goes and turns almost off completely.
Yeah, it's almost like while you're resetting in that torturous 3 minutes.
And
you're
they're making
uploading
specifically
like a virus. Yeah, programming. Yeah.
Very, very cool. I'm looking into that. There's a guy selling it, but I'm pretty sure you can get it for free. So I'm not going to buy it. But
not to dwell more about the plunging, but the first time I did it was with you and Jen.
I know we did 3 at one time.
Yeah,
That's
we did 3 minutes, and you said that was the Russian method of some, like, you know, of what do you say?
It's the main reason
by doing it 3 times in one day.
It prevents hypothermia, and it prevents.
But I think it changes you, right?
What do you call it? Frostbite.
Okay.
Yeah, and so like, and they even I have these videos of Russian dudes cutting with a chainsaw into an ice river, and the ice that they pull out of the river is like 4 foot block, 4 foot by 4 foot.
Yeah.
And then they just like dip their kids in there, you know, like their little like infants and stuff.
That seems inhumane, you know.
It's not. It's the opposite. You're making sure that they don't get injured by the cold. You know, you're choosing right then instead of.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, you make a good point. Yeah. So, anyways, we've been doing that, but
and you're getting something out of that. It puts you in that deep meditative trance state without trying. You know, and then if you roll with that and meditate while you're there, then it's very weird.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, you're right, in that state. Yeah. Do you see me working on my listening? You know, before I wanted to say my thing, I listened to you. So you see I'm working on that. Yeah, it does. When you're in the cold, it does change. I think your
context of awareness.
Like, like immediately it changes how you're thinking, right? But then like later, I think it's changed my relationship with cold. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
That's why
it's starting to be pleasurable.
Yeah,
right?
like because I missed the previous day and I felt like bad about myself. Why did I not? I did.
It makes such a big difference. A lot of people when they do this, when they start doing this, are, you know, they have problems losing weight because fat cells in humans will protect you from inflammation compounds, right? And so it's a way for your body to put a water insoluble barrier between nasty stuff and good stuff. And so inside of fat cells, a lot of times it is toxic components that have been accrued over time. And this technique specifically turns that mechanism off. And some people, so when they start cold plunging, they just like change nothing and lose 30 pounds over the next like 2 months.
And you said also get stronger.
You do. You get your lifts go up.
I can't wait for that.
It's almost instant. It only takes like 2 plunges and then it's there.
Okay, I'm in. That sounds good.
It's real cool. Nerve force goes up. You can measure it with a machine.
Yeah, and these are the benefits that you get. But so also it's just like for me, it's like a mental discipline, like mind or body, whatever. So, but also, but we're also thinking about maybe doing this on location at various places because you've done a great job upgrading our microphone system. As hopefully you'll see.
We should wear thongs and like go in, cut.
We could cold plunge, right? Podcast. We could go to a library,
or a place
that's very quiet. We should do one at a library.
And whisper the whole time?
Yeah, exactly.
That sounds kind of cool, actually.
Yeah. That, like, just talk like, you know. So I don't know, whatever. On location, that's what we're calling it.
That would
but
totally
I do
work.
like this environment. You know, it gets weird sometimes, especially when you clap really loud when we already have this really huge setup. You know, drawing even more attention to us because I feel like I'm waiting to be kicked out. I'm just waiting. So, but you know what? We're gonna keep recording until we are kicked out, right? So, Jared,
getting kicked out.
Jared.
I don't think they'd kick us out.
No, I don't think so either.
No.
I don't know.
If you start taking video of their security guys, that's how you get kicked out.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Don't do that. So.
Or what was another one? They had a major problem in Vegas with pimps, right? Pimps and hoes for a long period of time. And so, like,
hold on.
Inside
can
of
you rewind? Because I'm a bit high right now.
Yeah.
So can you just pimps and hoes? Can you restart?
In Vegas, there was a big problem with prostitution for a long period of time, right? And technically still going on,
right.
But there was a lot of violence in that community at the time. And so, like, things that were typically thought of as like, oh, that's fine. Like, I met a guy who went to jail here for slapping his girlfriend's ass in a casino, and they called it domestic abuse and arrested him. And that was like, and that goes back to the prostitution days where, like, anything you see is immediately get rid of them, right? And a lot of the casinos still do that. And so, like, stuff that, and then there's other funny stuff here, like defacing a hamburger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You deface a hamburger, that's a misdemeanor.
That's weird. Yeah. I wanted to try this, just like 30 seconds of silence.
Oh yeah, nobody does
Do you
that.
remember, because when we were watching that Ramdas video where he had that, like, separation of speech, like he, like, you know,
it was from a stroke, right?
He was guru, he had a stroke. He's still a guru, but the words come out slower, and he was talking. So, what are you doing?
30 seconds of silence.
See, I hate it when you do that for the camera. I hate it when you look at the camera, because the way you look at the camera is so different than the way you look at me in conversation. Isn't that funny? Because this is because you have it set with your eyes, and I hate that because I can hardly see over. So
I know we got to get slightly different ones. I want one that comes from the side.
But I like this as our main location, our main base. That's what I say. But we go on
cameras on every side, booze behind you, which is also cool. It's a demonstration of how cool we are. We're in a booze spot.
With no drinks, though. You know what? Where's our server? So, anyways, on assignment. That's what we're thinking.
On assignment.
Yeah. And
we can do all kinds of, like, little things like that. We'll do a cold plunge in the middle. Try and have a conversation while cold plunging.
Yeah. Do you know what I think? Maybe like I didn't tell you that I rebooked Doc.
Oh, cool.
So maybe we'll find someone. Yeah. I have some people that I know that are also candidates to to also join our conversation. That's all.
What could somebody else bring to the conversation?
We were talking about the state of the talk show. What?
Yeah. What could somebody else bring to the conversation, right?
Yeah.
You're like,
well, like feminine energy. We were talking about that.
I know that seems really obvious that would be a step in the right direction.
Right. So
it would be that.
But like a guy like Bob the Genius Gardner, who I've never talked to.
Well,
I've never talked to him, Jared.
Yeah. So. Well, I mean, all you got to do is go over there and talk to him.
Okay. Fair point. Yeah, that's true. I know where he works. He works. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, got it. So,
yeah, and then somebody with a very widely different background than either of us would be cool, right?
What?
Someone with a widely different background than the two of us.
Yeah,
so
like that takes us because
like some kind of sociologist chick or something like that, you know?
For sure. Therapist maybe.
Yeah, that was a great idea. That one made sense to me because then they could tell us how wacky we are.
Right. I had a candidate or two. Those have dropped through. So, so that's where we're at, And last time we interviewed you, recreational chemist, Mountain Sage.
Oh yeah, exactly. There's that, and then there's You know, and then
right? And that was good, right? Because because we had people cancel on us. We're like, you know what, we're just down, you know. So you know, the king.
And you found that
the king,
the druggy speakeasy here in town.
No, I didn't.
I don't know. Sounds cool to me.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
You're the one that told me about it.
These are the lies. I like to move on from this topic.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, yeah, no. No, I'm just talking about what you talked about last time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we interviewed you. So, and the thought was, I don't know, maybe not like you interview me, because I'm doing the interviewing, trying to keep things together, you know, and give the reins at 20 minutes here to you. I should slap my hands so loud right now. No, I don't embarrass myself.
Is that embarrassing?
No. So okay,
you know what
Jared,
we should do? We should bring hand drums in. And
let's see. You know, I interviewed you. You interviewed me. Let's see. Let's see whose is better. Let's see who interviewed like better.
I smell Chinese food.
It's yours. And like, we don't have to, I think within an hour, we can stop it whenever you want to stop it. Let's see your interviewing skills. Yours versus mine.
Oh, my interviewing skills?
Episode 2 versus episode 3.
Just go after,
no, and we'll let people decide.
Interviewing question.
We will let our 10 subscribers decide.
What's the most important question I could ask you right now?
No, I see what you did there. That you're making more work for me.
Well, no, it's making something come out, you know?
No.
Or if I have to find what's interesting to you, then I feel like we would already, like, I'd have an idea of where to start. So since I don't have an idea of where to start, I'm saying, what would be the most exciting place to start?
What's the most
exciting part? You'd be like, my is the most exciting part of what's going on in the world.
Right.
Late night activities are the most exciting part of the world. My escape from the Baptist cult was the most exciting part of
I don't know, like, you know, being here now, that's exciting. Like living, you know what I mean? Because I think a lot. I'm an overthinker.
I know. I suppose it's all culminated in the now, right?
Yeah, the most interesting thing is right now, like what I'm doing, who I'm interacting with.
Is your whole family going to stay in Vegas?
Yeah, but they love Vegas. I love Vegas.
Do they?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
They do love Vegas. They do love their church. They do love their school. Yeah.
Yeah, the church is great. The schools here are good. It's just a city, though, and cities suck in general.
The what? What'd you say?
It's just a city, and cities suck in general. They're noisy. The air quality's not good. It's like all kinds of bureaucracy crap you have to deal with all the time.
True. But like my family is like very, Christian focused.
Oh yeah, they're very like I just want to let my when Kylie turns 10, I want to teach her how to drive a car.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like. Or like,
so
that most of my like garage projects are illegal.
Yeah.
And so and like not even in a bad way. They're just things that are technically illegal. Like, so I just don't like being in cities. You know, it's like gonna go to jail if you live here. You don't have that problem now. That's a problem for me.
I'm a city boy. Say
it again?
I love cities.
Yeah.
But I also like small town. I like everything. But I mean, all I know is cities. I was, born in the Bay Area. So I'm a city boy.
Oh man, that's gonna be interesting. Bay Area is like so insanely expensive. Like, that wasn't the reason.
It is insane. It's ridiculous how much when I sold in the Bay Area, how much I got for what, a 1,200 square foot house. What the payout was insane.
It's gonna be like almost $1 million.
Because we bought her in the downturn.
$1.5 million.
What?
How much did you get for a 1,200 square foot in the Bay Area?
A lot.
Yeah.
Oh, we sold it for what? 1.45.
That's what I was gonna say. $1.5 million. That sounds right for Bay Area stuff. So, and then you're like, you'd be like an adult that has a professional job that you went to college for, and you got to have 4 other adults that live with you in a 2-bedroom apartment because everything's so freaking expensive.
Right. Yeah.
You'd be like, yeah. That's not what it's about. Be like, what is it about though?
What is it about what?
I suppose for you, it's mostly social adventuring, right?
For what?
Like that's why the city is so cool because you can always do social adventuring.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah,
and there's like always cool parties.
Yeah, there's always cool parties. There's always cool people. You never know who you're going to meet. Professional poker players, CEOs of corporations. Recreational chemists that go to the same church.
you
as
could
yourself. And it never stops. So, and the first time I went, everyone really would a bar was here in Vegas. I didn't know. And I didn't know when I left Vegas to go to a bar, they said last call, and I didn't know what that was because the first time I went to a bar was in Vegas. So, kind of, but
don't feel like
I'm just saying, like the whole point is there's so much to do here.
Find some after hours clubs here.
After hours clubs.
Yeah, the ones where you go out and then whatever last call is, it's usually 2 or 3 a.m. right? And then that's when they open.
Right.
And they stay open till like 11 a.m. the next morning.
Right.
And then they're typically.
Where's that here?
Everywhere. They're just called after hours clubs,
okay.
and they're usually like underground clubs. Yeah. And they
you become cool,
black paint on the windows and stuff.
Yeah, because how you find what's going on in the city, like the cool. You just go to a smoke shop event you say that you go to. If I was to work, if I'm traveling for work.
You got me thinking now about good parts of the city. Like a good one here would be. Well, say you're like, hey, I want to change my career.
Yeah.
Right, and then you just go to the convention for that.
Sure.
That's always step one of new career is go to the stupid convention.
Yeah. Right.
And be like, oh, this is the industry. These are all the players. These are the names I need to know.
Right.
That'd be fun. There might even be conventions for like the stuff we're doing right now. It's like whatever digital creator or whatever convention stuff here.
Yeah, but there's stuff there. And I'm saying take this what we're doing here and go to the Caesar Forum and just sit there and talk to people. And I bet they want to talk to you. Actually, no, that's actually a really good idea. Take their mobile setup here on assignment and go to the Caesars Forum and then interview people and pull them from the convention because normally people that are go-getters in the industry, they want to do something, or they want to, maybe even have an online presence and we could plug whatever they're doing. I think it's an opportunity to talk to people and just mess around because we're doing this because I'm doing this because I want to do this. So,
everything's kind of converting to social currency at the same time too. It's moving away from having more matter is the way to get wealthy to having more social connections is to become wealthy. And that's always.
You mean the currency?
It's like, it's actually YouTube followers is exact dollars. You know what I mean? It's it has a value in and of itself, and that entire industry is what's like taking over the world at the moment.
It's true.
And so it's like if you're not doing that, then you're just deciding to be less profitable. You're deciding to not engage in the modern economy. You're deciding those things by not doing it.
Well, here we are. Hello, world.
Yeah.
We're crazy.
Nobody else.
But,
So what's the?
You're doing so good right now.
Oh, am I?
Yeah. No, you are.
Yeah.
No, yeah, for sure. I know you are. I'm just noticing, because. What I've noticed when I've started doing this is conversation ebbs and flows, and when things get as they wrap down, you have to change to something else. You have to keep track of all these things.
I like your plan.
You said on the first one, oh, you're not very interesting. Well, I'm trying to do all this. My first shot. Give me a break. It's hard. I would just
do it like you normally do it.
I would just love to just color contribute, not even direct it. But I don't know if I'm that interesting.
We should do one of these in somebody's living room, not mine or yours, but whoever the guest
anywhere. Is. I'm just saying on assignment, But I want to get our. No, see, that's all, man. But we're also gonna do this more regularly, so.
Yeah, start doing it every week. Turn it out within a week.
Yep. and have still cool guests on too, right? To make it about guest location or state
try and hunt down some of those after hours clubs, or try and hunt down try and hunt down some of the stuff that's in Vegas that's harder to find, or oh man, I went to a cannabis convention out here. Those are crazy fun.
I ran into a bunch of executives that were at that, and I smoked with them. I smoked them under the table. They're like, he's not even in the cannabis industry, and he's smoking us from the table. So it felt good for my ego. So
we'll see if we should have you do dabs.
Why is that even good? Why is it even good that I have a high tolerance? That's stupid. So, anyways,
means you like smoking weed. Usually people that smoke weed are pretty chill.
I'm super chill, bro.
Yeah, it comes with the territory. Then, like, all the stuff they say isn't true. Like, got a lot of Olympic athlete weed smokers and a lot of...
I would say that cannabis has made me chill, but when I'm on cannabis, I'm not chill. Make sense?
Is that true?
Yeah.
I don't even know. What would be the next thing then? This is the discussion was doing this, right? Was doing this presentation or these types of presentations. Is this it though? Is there the entirety of your productions that you intend to do?
Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? I think you're talking to them.
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Try that again, and I'm going to try and the switching between you talking to them and me is interesting. It's tough. I gotta admit. That's a tough thing for me.
This is a digital creatorship role, right?
Oh no! Yeah, go for it. No,
And so and this was like you're like, hey, we should do a podcast, which it became a talk show, and now it's doing what we're doing now.
Yeah.
But is this the entirety of your digital creation? What else do you want to create? What else is going to come out? Should there be a book about crazy Baptist cults?
Books, no, boring. Here is my idea, and here's.
You're gonna get an OnlyFans.
Is this me? We put this on. Yeah. No. No. Like, you can actually mention the idea, like, because I went to Chicago, the play production, and they messed with you. Like, because halfway during the play, they break the fourth wall, and then for the rest of the musical, they it goes back and forth between them doing things and then also breaking the fourth wall, so you feel really engaged. And they mess with you. It's like, what if we start messing with people who are our whole 10 subscribers? So.
How would we do that?
I don't know. Yeah, whatever. I don't want to talk about it. I'm just saying it's probably coming. So I don't want to suggest any ideas, but we're probably going to mess with them just for fun, because I mentally, intellectually mess with them, because I enjoyed when Chicago did it. Like, I just thought it would be like a musical.
Just get into conspiracy theories.
What?
Just get into conspiracy theories and start talking about them. I don't know. Not in a serious way.
It probably wouldn't be anything that would. How we would. Here's my idea, Jared. Is that we do things in upcoming talk show interviews and on location, but it's nonverbal. Like, things happen, Whatever. I'm not going to suggest anything because I don't want people to know.
Learn an obscure form of sign language. We'll do a talk show in obscure sign language.
But still, no. The musical still had to be good. You can't just mess with them. So we still have to be good, but add in things to engage. You know what I mean? To mentally, whatever. That's just an idea, okay? So who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, you got me thinking.
Yeah.
I'll just insert a frame of each of us with no shirt on here and there.
Correct. Yeah. Yes. Why didn't I ask you not to discuss ideas?
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, it's right.
Right. Oh, I'm sorry.
Try not to think about polar bears.
I can't. I'm simply requesting you not to do it. Okay. And also, by the way, in this musical Chicago, I'm literally looking around. This giant thing. Anyways, they would your camera and your phone. But like people would appear, like new characters would appear all out of the sudden. So you were looking over here and someone would come. You know what I mean? Kind of like the dancing bear in the background. Have you ever seen that? Like where they juggle and there's like count how many times they juggle, count the balls. And then as a gorilla goes by, you don't even notice the gorilla. That kind of thing, you know, that's what they were employing. Like when you ever go to an air show and there's like, they do this, like, you know, the jets will do like a flyover and you won't notice one of them's gone. And as you're looking up, it'll zoom up and like buzz you from behind and scare and speak you.
Oh, that's
I'm just
really
saying,
fun.
do that in a talk show. Like do like a flyover in in our podcast talk show, whatever.
You're making me think about those silent military helicopters.
No.
I want to like figure out how to. You know what I'm talking about?
I heard about them.
Yeah.
One flew over me when I was in Bible college.
Bible college?
Well, because I saw a UFO in Bible college.
You went to Bible college?
For 6 weeks.
For 6 weeks.
I was
Did you get expelled? I got expelled from Bible college.
Do you want to hear my UFO story?
Yes.
After I saw Bible college?
And also, how you got kicked out of Bible college?
What?
Did you get kicked out or did you just leave?
It was a mutual understanding, I think.
Okay. It sounds like you got kicked out. That's usually what
I didn't. I'll tell you the story of that, too.
They're like,
yeah,
heretic.
Wait, have I not told you the UFO story? Lying. It's probably one of my best stories. Well, no, I have a lot more stories now. See, I have all these stories to say, like, you know, when I picked up a hitchhiker and 2 desert rats. That's an interesting story.
Oh man, I can't believe we missed Burning Man this year. That it was outside of Vegas, and it was like, oh, it's over? Damn it! That would have been a blast. It'd be like, there's like the nude bike rides and all kinds of stuff that people do.
So, Burning Man sounds like horrible to me.
Does it?
I don't. Why? No, it does. Why? Why? Sell me on Burning Man. People got stuck out there, bro. In the mud, they couldn't go anywhere.
That's their fault, though.
Okay,
Yeah.
Sell me on it. Go ahead. I don't want to go to Burning Man. I like the idea and the culture.
It's like, it's just a giant music and art festival that lasts for whatever it is, a week or 10 days. Okay. And then, everybody there is on psychedelics. Okay. And then it's very fun usually. And it's like, oh, I met this girl and she was my girlfriend for 3 days. Now I don't know where she went.
Okay. Okay, so you have a Burning Man girlfriend. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Or like, what was one? Big old not Van de Graaff, those the Tesla machines that shoot lightning, and just playing with that,
Right.
Mm-hmm. And that's like crazy fun. You're all, oh yes.
So my idea was to make it subversive. You know what I mean? Because I felt like it sounds fun. It sounds like a fun idea to add a little flavor, a little spice to the talk show. A little spice.
What would be subversive? A subversive topic?
No, it's not even a topic. It wouldn't be a topic. It would be subliminal. It'd be under the radar, like it'd be out of nowhere, that type of thing. You're missing it.
You're talking about like Fight Club, like big, like a single frame of a dawn or something like that?
Yeah, I don't know. Or be somewhere, or talk with someone, or why? I don't even know why we're discussing it anymore. Okay. So,
all right.
Anyways, that's my idea. Possibly taking it forward. So.
Might be interesting. I kind of like the strip club idea.
But
I don't know if they let you film in strip clubs.
Oh my word!
I think they specifically don't.
So here's the UFO story.
Yeah.
When I was in Bible college.
Bible college.
I was a bad boy, and
Bible bad
parents wanted me to. They were kind of tired of my unchristian ways, and we don't want you going away to play football for someone. Or play football we think you should go to Bible college. So I went to Northern Baptist Bible College, and it's the little cutout in the middle of Wisconsin. And
Wisconsin? That's not a super
no,
fun
but like
state.
it's in the middle of nowhere.
Uh-huh.
Like one of the
everything in Wisconsin is the middle of nowhere.
one of the is everything bigger? What? Will you stop kicking my shoe?
I think that's one of those states that has more cows than people.
Yeah. The whole point. Anyways, it's the middle of nowhere. Okay. And I got some friends there that were locals, and we were hung out. They were cool guys, and we decided, hey, one night we were gonna. But this is how cool we were. One night, while in college, on a Thursday night, whatever, let's go look at. There's like be a meteor shower, and so we went out. We got some pretzels and a ginger ale, from the vending machines in the men's dorm, which, by the way, were very separate. They were very separate from the women's dorm, completely separate. Different sidewalks, the whole thing. Very strict Bible college. But anyways, so we were watching the meteor. It was like in a berm just outside the Bible college, and it got towards the end of the night. 10 o'clock curfew. You had to be in your room by 10. Lights off at 10:30.
College curfew?
Yes.
That sounds lame.
There are more rules too. Yeah, which I'll tell after this. Anyways,
they're like, no girls in dorm room. You're like, this is college. What are you talking
girls
about?
No. They're in separate locations. Like, no, there's no co-ed mixing in a Bible college. Yeah. So,
lame.
So, anyways. It was towards the end, and we were leaving, and we stood up and we saw this bright light just beyond the outline of where the school was cut out. Literally, the school was cut out in the middle of the woods, and we saw this bright light, and it started getting like, it was like, is it the moon? What is this? And we know what airplanes and helicopters look like. We know those things, It didn't look like any of those things. It didn't look like, and it started moving up and down really fast. I'm like, what is that? And like, we're not idiots. We're like, 18-year-old, whatever. Not stupid. And it was like, what
sound like stupid idiots?
Yeah. We do sound like stupid idiots.
Isn't it always?
To be fair, we were stupid idiots in a different way, for sure. Yeah. And so this light started coming towards. We could tell that there was distance, so we could tell the light was coming towards us. I'm like, what's happening? And we're getting a little scared because we've never seen anything like this before. Mm-hmm. And my friends decided to jump over a fence and hide in a thicket of woods, and we were all scared. They were trying to hide from this light, and I'm like, forget this. And I was so scared, I started running back to the dorms. Because this thing in the sky was coming at us so fast, and the light signature was so weird. And I remember this. This is the one thing I remember is I remember running back to the dorms and thinking,
aliens are all like, let's turn up the light. They really freak out when you do that.
And it did. I remember thinking, how am I going to explain to the professors and the administration that
there's aliens here? Just like that. And say it all weird.
No, that my friends got kidnapped.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking about how am I gonna explain that my friends got kidnapped? So, and then I remember looking back, and just a thing that was bright and just flew by very fast, no noise. So
that is cool.
Yeah. One of my friends was on the traveling golf team, and he went away to Milwaukee, and he came back in a newspaper, and it said that on like the same night, which we're talking about, that people noticed a very light that was going really, really fast and erratic on the same night that we did. So, who knows? That's so.
That's your alien story, huh?
No, it's not. It's just an identified flying object. But I remember, I thought I was running back to the dorm from this light. I was running from a light in the sky.
I feel like you should shoot at it.
There was no,
like just pop it with a rifle and see what happens.
We didn't have a rifle.
Oh, right.
We're in Bible college.
Bible college?
Which, by the way, the rules are like you had to wear a tie to to breakfast.
A tie to breakfast?
You got to be there at 6 a.m. I think I got a demerit because I was supposed to clean the bathrooms, and there was like a hair on the soap. And I got demerit for that. I remember that. So, but here's why I got kicked out though. Oh no, I'm sorry. Here's what is they found a Blink-182 CD underneath my mattress. I got called to I remember on Friday, and I knew it like.
Oh no, they found my Blink-182.
Yeah, but luckily it was a Blink-182 CD, but it wasn't with it was inside of a Beastie Boys.
Write a formal apology letter. No, like tell us that you're sorry, and then you can come back. You're all, no thanks.
Well, they brought me the dean brought me in the office, and he's like, you're a good student. We like having you around. We're just gonna we'll sit this away. And I'm like, you know what? I hate this place already. I didn't say this, but I'm just done.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I left the next day.
This is the exact opposite of what college is supposed to be like.
Right, you're supposed to, and that's the thing is I didn't have a lot of rules in high school. You know what I mean? And now I was being told I had to be the lights off by 10:30. It's ridiculous. And and how's that preparing adults? And how is that more Christian? What's a Bible college? Why do they got to be weird like that? And that's probably what I will discuss in the future more about what we have laid on top of actual Christianity. Mm-hmm. We've laid on top of American evangelicalism and tradition, but also tradition from medieval tradition we've laid on it, and also early forefathers we've laid on this stuff. And if you go back and look in Jesus' word, it's nothing like that.
There's none of that.
Anyways, so red letter Christian. That's what I meant. We can discuss that later.
Oh man,
you're yawning.
I told you I was sleepy today. I had didn't get enough sleep for the last 2 days. Keep doing it.
You know what? I feel like I just need to sit higher, I think. So, anyways, whatever.
For yours? Yeah, definitely. Yeah. If I'm tall and you're short, then
I like leaning back in the seats. I like this. Does that look like I'm like? I don't think I look like that. Maybe.
Well, don't worry. Your beard hides all your neck fat, so no one can see.
What?
Your beard hides all the neck fat, so nobody can see.
Yeah, doesn't it? No, a lot. Let's take a look. Side profile? What do you think? Yeah. So.
And then which side's the good side?
I don't know.
Man.
You like looking at the camera. You do.
I can't. Well,
that so annoys me.
It's like a mirror.
You looking at the camera annoys the shit.
Well, you can pretend.
But you know what? As we discussed previously, because
be like you, the viewer.
As we discussed, Taylor left, and then you quit. You quit for a weekend. You don't want to be both of you quit on me.
Oh yeah.
In the meantime. You know what I mean?
I can't remember what I got cranky about, but I was like, it's getting annoying.
It was I think it was over. I think you thought I was too controlling. So
that sounds right.
Yeah,
that sounds like something.
So and I don't pretend I could never try and control you. I'm just gonna try. And I think that was the ground rules.
I can't even control me.
You're gonna say what you want, but I'm allowed to try to stop you. Not stop you. And there's no whatever.
Yeah, we can contend.
Can you imagine someone's watching right now?
Us live.
Can you imagine someone's? I think there's actually someone watching this right now. Now, no, in this time, 46:58. Mm-hmm. You know what I want to do right now? I want to clap really loud, just to practice. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to. Don't do it. So
I knew this guy that could play his stomach like drums.
Yeah.
And he did all these different motions that would make it sound like drums. Mm-hmm. It actually came out pretty good. He was doing drum solos from whatever Blink-182 because he said it. But and he always did that in public. Did it in a restaurant one time.
He did what again?
He played his belly like a drum. It was very. It was like one of the only times.
Why would he play his belly?
I feel embarrassed.
I've seen the guy. People like fat dancing guys playing with their belly. People like that. I think there's a TikTok guy. I think there's a guy on TikTok that's like that. He's a big guy and he dances and slaps his belly. So,
that sounds kind of fun.
Yeah.
Or just shave a flamingo in your body hair.
That's sounding like me. See, like that, I guess that's the content being put out that we like though too. Like that, it mystifies me how it gets that kind of following. You know?
I think everything I follow is work, comedy, and booty girls.
Sure, that's true. Right. Yep. Mm-hmm. Sex sells. That's right.
Oh yeah.
So
we'll just put like cartoon dancing girls right here. Right.
Yeah.
So one of the old weird ones, like Betty Boop.
I think it'd be nice to get someone to contribute to the conversation.
Yeah.
Don't you think so?
Oh yeah, I mean,
but you know, but I like as you said though, like to someone who's down, do it. Let's go. So, but you know,
it should be exciting. It shouldn't be like we have to convince them or entice them in any way.
Yeah.
Just like throw it on the table. Hey, would you be interested? They're like, yeah.
It almost
can we
like,
do it today?
It's like we sit, but see, as soon as you were, and I think that we're already progressing because as soon as the audio was ready, we just sat down and hit record. And then I remember I started talking about what we were going to talk about, and I already got sick of myself. You know what I mean?
It's weird to do that because why don't you just talk about it?
Yeah, that's not a conversation. That's not a conversation. And I also still trying to get lost, trying to be interesting, and okay, what am I going to talk about next? Maybe I just don't have the skill set to be a talk show host. Maybe
no, that's something you develop too. Like people go to classes for that and stuff.
I'm not going to take a class. I'll do more conversations. You know, that's what we're going to. But also we're going to start clipping them out.
Lynda.com.
We're going to start doing it regularly.
And the masterclass thing, that website. Yeah, that's the kind of thing I was thinking of. Is just be like I had done oration and public speaking at one point, and I don't remember most of that or what the rules were, but I remember it made a big difference. And after you did the class, you were much better at it. You know?
Okay, fair enough.
And then I was like, never used it.
You see how I said no? I gotta say yes. Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Open. and you know the difference is it's the closed. It's called the I read recently. It's the fixed mindset versus a growth mindset.
I like what is it? Win or learn, we'll find something instead of win or lose. I like that.
What? I bet if there was a podcast host or interview masterclass, I bet I could benefit from it. We should both do, bro.
It's probably something we can get for like $50.
We should do a podcast from that show. See, I like to be chaotic as well. I want to be chaotic as well. You know, that'd be nice.
That's actually a good idea. That was one of the things.
This, and that's how here's why I like the idea also. Okay, I thought of a way.
Oh, you just reminded me of an idea I had at one point, which was a good set of the skills in the world you get, to speak, right? 90% of conversation is like a very small set of the entire English language, right? And then likewise, if you want to get to like a 90% state in martial arts, it's like a month or two. It doesn't take that much. It's like, and most things are like that. And that was a project I wanted to work on at one point, was the idea of just pick something that you've randomly done. Like I made an Ottoman style laminate bow at one point, right? And it takes forever because you have to wait for the humidity to be right to bond it and stuff. But by the time you're done with it, you're past that 90% point. To get to 90% is about 10 hours for most skills. And so I always thought it'd be fun to do something like pick something that's a very challenging task. Like the one I'm working on right now is doing the website. And then be like, okay, we're going to do a 1 hour presentation of just what came out of that. Here's an hour. Now you know how to do that too. Like you have to go do it if you want to be any good at it. But you can show somebody how to do really cool knife fighting in an hour. Or like
good idea is your knife fighting skills.
I did that for a while. Knife fighting was weird. Kind of a waste of time. You don't use it for anything.
I don't think general knife fighting skills is a bad thing to have. I always carry a knife.
The question is, when are you going to actually use that in real life?
I'm always carrying a knife. So
you're like, I'm going to knife fight. You're like, that doesn't even sound real. That's like something somebody says that doesn't know what they're talking about. I'm a knife fighter.
I don't know.
Or we could go to Blackwater.
What?
Go to Blackwater and stay there for a week and then do an hour on it.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? You know that that's that training camp with all the ex-military guys.
Okay.
Teach you how to shoot correctly.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, on location.
Can't believe it. That would be really fun. Just pick something you do anyway. Go to the convention here, you know, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or something you'd want to learn anyway. Like, I wanted to get crazy good at clay. This is like clay and leather. You can make so much crap out of.
Wait, what?
Clay and leather, you can make a lot of things out of it, to the point where like you can build entire houses out of clay, right? So that was always something I wanted to get into and like spend time on, you know, do a whole month of just screwing around with clay, making things out of clay.
Now, I think this has turned into a conversation.
Isn't it supposed to be a conversation?
Is it as interesting? Is an interview a conversation?
Yes.
But you're interviewing me, though, right?
Oh,
How do you get to know me? We're talking about topics versus the person and those topics, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, I did like the idea of talking about ideas.
Yeah, just talking about ideas. Right, yeah. And well, then you could bring various people. You know, if we get a permanent third or a temporary third host, whatever. Or two more, you know, whatever.
You can even choose to do something that's like kind of silly. Like get really into knitting for like a while. Wait, do you do that with stuff? Have you done that with any stuff? Do you have a giant pile of asinine skills in your back pocket?
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm naturally athletic.
You're actually athletic.
I'm naturally athletic. Like,
I know
tennis,
you do football,
ping pong, basketball.
Football, basketball, tennis.
And with a ball.
Yeah.
Jared.
Yeah. I'm sure all the guys love that.
Just waiting for them. I'm just setting up the joke. Just throwing up the softball. Read it out. Good job. Yeah. Racquetball.
What's that sport where you hold that giant plastic banana?
High-lie.
High-lie is badass.
The ball goes like, what, 200 miles an hour?
Uh-huh. It is crazy fun. I've got tagged with a high-lie ball. Makes a bruise like that big.
Of course you have, yeah. Now, you heard my UFO story, by the way.
Uh-huh.
Now, in here, story I want to hear from you is, our 55 minutes. So I think, I want to end on this story. Because we're still in a talk show, right? Are we?
Oh, what's
or we're not? No. Well, I have a story that I want to hear you tell.
Yeah.
Is the story that I heard you say when you go and look at that job with snails?
Oh, the turtles.
The turtles. What do you mean? The turtles?
Yeah, that
in Las Vegas.
It was it was measuring how often turtles have sex. Okay. What the job was, and it looked pretty cool.
What were the requirements? Like, what were the job criteria? Like, okay, how do I get this job?
You were supposed to have a biology degree and have some demonstration.
Which we learned which we learned in the last episode that you had.
The main thing was it was about 2 months of work, and it was a $30K flat contract.
It was what?
It was a $30,000 flat contract, and it was 2 months.
Okay, yeah.
And and you're the only annoying part was you were going to have to sleep outside during that period.
Which is not a problem for you, though.
Dead middle of summer. It's a little annoying because of the heat. Yes.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So you got to dunk a towel in water and put it on your feet when you sleep or something.
So you're suffering. They're paying for suffering too.
I think so. I think they're paying you to suffer, and also for most people. Category or keeping a spreadsheet of how many times which turtles have had sex.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen turtles? Have you ever seen turtles have sex?
I have not.
It's like this. They go.
Oh, it's really slow.
Of course, because they're turtles, and so it's insanely boring. You'd think they get all vigorous at some point. They're still turtle.
That's also part of the suffering, the heat, and also the slow turtle sex.
Yeah, you're like, okay, I recorded it, and they're still going 45 minutes later.
You know what's so funny is I've never put that concept together. Like a slow animal is also going to have slow sex, but then also conversely, then a fast animal is going to have fast sex, like a hummingbird.
Have you ever seen a hummingbird have sex?
Do they? I'm going to be embarrassed by this question, but
most birds do it the same way. It's very funny looking.
What?
Most birds spawn the same way. It's very amusing looking.
Okay.
They go like this. and then they separate.
Can you chill out? You're scaring people around here.
It's like really funny. You're like, what did they just do? Oh, they were mating. You're like, well, that was freaking weird looking.
I think, hummingbird sexes me faster than turtle sex.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Anyways, so what was the interview question?
What's that?
What was the interview question? Did you go to the interview for this?
No, I didn't make it past past the first wave. I think what they were looking for was. And I learned this along the way, but when you do job applications now, right? The first layer of filtration is a computer, right? It goes to a computer, to an AI-like system that looks for you saying the right things. And if you haven't said the right things, it boots your resume immediately.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And so you got to you almost do resumes like you do web pages now, where if it says experience photographing animals in the wild, and so you got to be like. I have photographed all of these animals in the wild on your thing so that it knows to look for that.
So you're saying that you may have been excluded and filtered out past the first way because
my resume is freaking weird.
Because you have the wrong search engine.
Didn't know that it was like that, and also it's just my resume is weird. I have a very unconventional background.
Yeah, you do, and we discussed that a little bit last week. Yeah. So, by the way, that's a very. I remember the first time I heard that story. That's a. I mean, that's a weird. That's
when was
the
last time you made a resume?
What?
When was the last time you made a resume?
I have a resume always updated. Always.
You just do it?
No, and I upload it to Dropbox. Anyone wants to see it, I just send them the link to the Dropbox. Done. I don't have to worry about
that's interesting.
Yeah, so I don't have to worry about updates and trying to get things to load. I have 15
of them because I have to tailor it to the
that is true
and whatnot.
Yep.
Right?
I have several too. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, I think you did a good job interviewing me. Much appreciated. I think it's more of a conversation / So, but I'm saying the next. So this will be not episode 3. See again. No. See, also, I want to get rid of that language too. Episode. Yeah. What? I'm not gonna start counting number. That's so dumb.
Hold on. There's a word for this that comes from a tribe in Canada. I think it's Mi'kmaq.
What?
It's one of the indigenous tribes from Canada, and they have a thing where you never greet or say goodbye when you meet people because everything is an ongoing conversation that never stops. And they have a word for that. And so you never greet each other. You're never like, hey, good to see you again. You just start off right where you left off your conversation last time.
Like something last time you talked to them. And that's what we're kind of doing today.
Yeah.
We sat down and we hit record as soon as your audio is ready. I think I mentioned that already. So we're working on it, working better. But you know what? But as you say that, it makes me think of, okay, hey, our next one is going to be with this person and that. And honestly, guess what? We literally, we won't know. You won't know what is going to be in the next one until the next one. A lot can change, right?
I like the idea of Doc. Doc was fun.
Yeah. Well, I do have him rebooked. We'll talk again. And hopefully definitely a third chair. So, but the next time we talk. So, Fridays, 12 p.m. South Point.
You know, it might be a good place to get a third chair is like a meetup or something like that. Like meetup.com. You know those?
I don't know. What's that?
It's like a website. You say, hey, I want to meet up with people that want to do a mastermind entrepreneur group. And then it's just an ad, like a classified, and then people go on there and they're like, hey, I'll join your group. And then you kind of figure out times, and then so it's just like a platform to find people to hang out with. And I have sometimes had luck with it.
Okay. Yeah. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows what? Yeah, who knows?
Or go to something cool. Go to a gun show. Look for somebody there.
On assignment. I like it. Well, we're going to be more mobile. Because you know what we should do is just carry the microphone.
We should get like a bodybuilder chick that's insanely huge. That would be cool. That's like bigger than us.
I think that'd be a good interview. I think it'd be a good interview. Like, here's the thing. I wouldn't want someone else to join a conversation permanently, you know, that just does one thing. They just hide it. They just
one activity. That
like, oh, this is what I do, you know? You have to be, like you're a generalist, I'm a generalist. We like all, we see all in a holistic manner. You know what I mean? There's not something, you know, that's this, other than what, psychedelics? I'm just kidding.
Their identity.
Yeah. Other than just talking, you know. And philosophizing and getting better at thinking. Philosophizing, you know, about life. So.
And I'm thinking about you know,
when someone has to talk about. Someone else has to. And I interrupted you. Go ahead.
Oh, some of the fancy like talk showy podcast things I've watched recently, it's just to like get ideas and stuff. When you get academics or people that consider themselves to be very intelligent, they take a long pause before speaking so that they can articulate it in a way that makes them feel fancy enough to feel like they're speaking correctly. And so it's funny to catch them when they don't do that, and so they're like, "Oh, this shit's cool." And you're like, oh, you said something normal. Like, you're supposed to academicify it.
Right, yeah.
Academize? I don't know what the word for that is.
Until next time.
Until next time. I think we're deep enough. That's what she said. Man. Yeah. What are you doing after this?
I am going to